Our top story today, here's the condition that may be causing Biden to freeze up as Obama incident has Democrats terrified, including the doctors. We have so much more to cover here on the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com. Here's a condition that may cause Biden to freeze up. Now, apologies for my set as I am currently in the middle of transitioning homes. The Gateway Pundit reports here, medical doctors are speculating that President Joe Biden may have Parkinson's disease based on his instances of freezing at public events. Biden, who's now 81, has had 3 high-profile examples of this in the last several days. First, while attending the G7 summit in Italy earlier this month, the president appeared to wander off to talk to paratroopers who had participated in a skydiving demonstration. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni then went over and wrangled him up. Some of the other G7 leaders seem to take note of Biden's behavior too. It talks some serious business. Last week, Biden looked like he froze on stage at a Los Angeles fundraiser. Former President Barack Obama then stepped in, took him by the arm, and led him off the stage. That's a wrap on record, setting Democrat fundraiser for Joe Biden's reelection campaign $28 million. Former President Barack Obama and President Joe Biden offer a final wave to Peacock Theater crowd as Obama then grabs Biden's hand and leads him off stage. But don't believe me, you've got to check this out for yourself. There is a video that goes with this. It's about 42 seconds long. Check it out. Well, it looks like there is an incident. So Parkinson's is apparently what doctors are worried about, and it would make sense. There's deterioration of his cognitive abilities, plus there's issues with shaking, moving, getting confused, locking up. I mean, you name it. This seems like it's an actual psychological, or I might say biological deterioration that's going on in Joe Biden, and people want to know what's going on. Our next story comes from the gatewaypundit.com. Check this out. Desperate Biden camp actually posts a cheap fake of Biden versus Trump at the same Philly venue. Here's what the Biden-Obama event actually looked like, and it wasn't even from this year. President Biden versus Donald Trump speaking at the same venue in Philly. You can see that there. Did someone say cheap fake? Well, the Desperate Biden campaign posted a side-by-side photo of President Trump's Philly rally and doped up Joe Biden speaking at the same time. President Trump brought down the house in the blue Philly this weekend. Watch. Now check this out. It's absolutely insane. Pennsylvania is actually MAGA country. You'll have to watch the video. Here is a video directly from that day, and you can see how large Trump's crowd is. It's massive. Now, he didn't fill up the tertiary row on the top. I mean, it's an arena. It's a political event. Maybe they had it closed. I don't know what their maximum capacity was, but we can tell for sure that Philly is MAGA country. Now, as you go down more in this article, what doesn't surprise me is the amount of lies. Meanwhile, Joe Biden is actually hiding at Camp David, all doped up, so his son is spreading cheap fakes to make it appear that Joe Biden is popular. President Biden versus Donald Trump speaking at the same venue in Philly, the Biden camp said on X. Notice how the Biden campaign said Biden was just speaking at the venue. That's because it was not a Biden rally. It was an Obama-headlined rally for John Fetterman. Biden temporarily shuffled up to the podium to mumble a few lines at night, and Obama was the keynote speaker to the Fetterman event. If you don't believe me, take a look. This is from the Biden-Harris HQ. Check this out. They put this picture up side by side to show that here's what the crowd was like. And is that really true? Is that really what it was like? I don't know, because look at this. You guys are frauds, Benny Johnson put. They closed down half the rally. Look at that. That's crazy. So they closed down half the stadium to get people up so that they could do a photo op. And that's what I've always said. They could barely fill a stadium, not even a high school theater. So these are the kind of optics you got to be aware of. This is the psyoping, not just the kind people complain about, but the genuine distraction of they put a sheet up and then they show you the opposite of what's really happening. Thanks to freedom fighters like Benny Johnson for allowing us to see the truth. Now, flipping to something more alarming and shocking, a new study just came out that showed that a once-removed study from the Lancet, it was taken off within 24 hours, is now peer-reviewed and public. Now it reveals that 74% of deaths are directly linked to the COVID-19 shot. As previously censored paper from the Lancet has now undergone peer review and is available online. The study, titled A Systematic Review of Autopsy Findings in Deaths After COVID-19 Vaccination, analyzed 325 autopsy cases and found that a staggering 73.9% of deaths were either directly due to or significantly contributed to by the COVID-19 vaccination. Here's the results. We initially identified 678 studies, and after screening for our inclusion criteria, included 44 papers that contained 325 autopsy cases and 1 necropsy case. The mean age of death was 70.4 years. The most implicated organ system among the cases was the cardiovascular, followed by hematological, respiratory, and multiple organ systems. 3 or more organ systems were affected in 21 cases. This is at a total of 240 deaths, 73.9 were independently adjudicated as directly due to or significantly contributed to by the COVID-19 vaccination, of which the primary cause of death included sudden cardiac arrest, pulmonary embolism, myocardial infarction, VITT, myocarditis, multi-system inflammatory syndrome, and cerebral hemorrhaging. So study after study, we're finding that it looks like the COVID-19 vaccines are indeed not just related to complications, but are possibly directly causing death. And I know you think that's not a surprise. You probably already believe that, but it's interesting that the studies that were once rejected are finally now being peer-reviewed. And they're like, oh, oopsie, sorry, we killed your mom. My bad. Well, fake news CNN also cut off Trump, Spox, after she calls out Jake Tapper's years of comparing Trump to Hitler. We have the video. CNN's Casey Hunt cut off Trump spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt after she brought up Jake Tapper's years of comparing Trump to Hitler. President Trump and Joe Biden will face off in the first presidential debate on Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The debate will be hosted by CNN in Atlanta. Trump haters Jake Tapper and Dana Bash are moderating this week's designed thing. So here's what happens when she cut her off. I have the direct video for you, but you've got to watch it. It's only about 30 seconds. Here it is. Watch.
Well, first of all, it would take someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently
stop this interview if you're going to keep attacking my colleagues. Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back.
No accountability. Oh, I mean, you kind of chuck my colleagues. That's not attacking the colleagues. That's just being straight up. They compare Trump to Hitler. And it's funny is obviously there's a lot of lies about Hitler, and who really knows what the truth is, right? I mean, realistically speaking, history is written by the winners. So I don't even think it's fair to compare anyone to people from World War II. It was a different era and a different time. But they do that all the time, right? They're always comparing him to Hitler as a way to jab at him because obviously they say, Hitler's the worst person that ever existed in history. And so by comparing him to Hitler, they're trying to say, well, he's a genocidal maniac. Now, I don't care what the reality is of World War II or the situations. The truth is this is intentionally a smear so that people won't vote for him. I just don't think it works anymore. Calling people Nazis and Hitler just doesn't work. That's my opinion. It seems kind of stupid and foolish. I did want to say there's one last video here, and this is a story to remember, folks. An MMA fighter proposes to his girlfriend after losing a fight and gets brutally rejected. A mixed martial artist in Czech Republic proposed to his girlfriend in the ring after losing his fight and got brutally rejected. Lukas Bukovaz got down on one knee immediately following his massive loss and got shot down in front of a 20,000 person crowd. Oh my gosh. That's insane. Yeah. That is literally just absolutely insane. You'll have to watch the rest of that video, though, at thegatewaypundit.com. My name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you for watching the Gateway Pundit's Weekend Review, where we cover the top stories of the last 12 to 24 hours in around 10 minutes. Thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it wherever you are, retweet it, and send these stories directly at thegatewaypundit.com. I'm Elijah Schaffer. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.